Hello everybody and welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 12. Woohoo! Games now between Houston and AGame here. This is in Group A. And AGame, of course, always a tough cookie. Looks like this time he's going to grab Coalition. Let's check our info.txt and see what the pick order looked like. But AGame should have had the pick first, so... Yep, sure enough, he picks Coalition, Houston counterpicks with ConF, and then AGame grabs the Boneyard. And Houston gonna get the spawn that we typically prefer on Boneyard. I think that's pretty common to say. So that's kind of a nice omen for him. AGame playing the Coalition, of course. Let's watch his build, because I don't really know what I'm doing when I play Coalition anymore, so it'll be nice to get some tips from the best, as it were. Looks like for now he's just getting 6 salvagers here. He's keeping the base runner, so we'll keep our eyes on that. As for Houston, over on this side, and AGame, by the way, building a 7th, so that seems to be the play that he's going to go for. Houston here grabbing Sandskimmer Fab. He's got 6 salvagers here, so going to be a lot of RUs built up. We'll see what his plan is. Applesauce. Anyway, okay, he actually canceled Skimmer Fab. He's going for ref mode now. And AGame, meanwhile, this is not 8 salvagers. He's pulled one off the RU line here. And it looks like he's building up to a sport cruiser, of course. It does cost 450 by 50, I think, so. There we go. Yeah, I don't think he remembered that he needed to quick drop his RUs, so. And I think, by the way, AGame... No, what am I talking about? Yeah, so he's got 7 salvagers, then he goes into the sport cruiser here. Keeps the base runner as well. That's going to be important in case Houston goes for some kind of early rush, but going to be a bit more of a slow game from Houston, so both players just going to macro up here. And we'll see what their timings look like. I do got to say, I love this. He gets Sandskimmer Fab before he builds any more salvagers, and that's, you know, in case your opponent rushes you, you're not going to just die to it, so I really like that choice. I think probably I would have one of these RU salvagers just go over here. You don't need that many RUs, so it's fine to build it before ref mode or after. I don't know which one is better. Probably in a moment, we'll figure out, like, in a moment, what am I saying? Probably with more time, we'll figure out which one typically is better. If we should build 7 or 6 before we, if we should build 5 or 6 before we go into ref mode, but I'd have one of these RU guys mining on the second base, just getting CUs for you. And AGame here has, I guess, fully saturated the space. He's just gonna move the space runner around. Not really clear why. Doesn't have a probe. Oh wait, oh my gosh. I'm so smart. Yeah, he does have a probe out here. Notice how he checks off onto this side, so he's worried about some kind of a backstab. After all, this probe is meant to get vision and see what's going on, so that's why he sends it out. So, gonna check to see if there's any danger coming. These skims pathing like this, I think AGame pretty confident to say, yeah, this is ref mode first, unless it's some kind of legendary bait. Doesn't seem like it. He does have LAV Fab 2, gonna be building some of those. And straight into a Assault Ship tech from Houston. Honestly, I think that's a good choice because he's got a lot of RUs here. Maybe even Rails would have been fine, but he doesn't see any tech yet. Assault Ships are pretty versatile. ConF Siege, of course, unlocked by Assault Ships. You know that's the win button, right? That's what Houston would say, so definitely makes sense he goes for that. Looks like the initial contact's been made here in mid. And AGame is teching for AAVs as well. So very similar build path for both of these players. They don't want to jump up onto 3 base here. They're more interested in trying to do something off of 2 right now. It is. Yeah. We will put that to the test. We will put that to the test. Hey, look at this. I love it. Oh, can he get it? Oh, that was so close. He almost snipes the probe there. That's a really nice move by Houston. I like that a lot. Production upgrade coming out for AGame now. Yeah, anytime you can kill your opponent's probe, even just because it's annoying, but really the scouting value is big, you know, go for that. Anytime you can do it. And Houston really going to be stacking up oh wow, he's whistled too. Yeah, Houston's playing really well here. I'm loving what I see so far. Stacking up a lot of RUs here. Probably, again, he doesn't need these RU miners on the second base, but that's how he's going to play it for now. I would actually, honestly, long distance mine off of third if you're not going to have that PC built here. AGame taking a nice 1 for 0 right there, though, so that's going to even the units lost a little bit. Oh, wow, perfectly, actually. It's 1 for 1. I thought he had lost more on this play. But he lost some health bars, you know, and that makes it difficult to continue pressuring here. Note, though, he does still have the base runner. And right now he's going to drive that out into the extraction zone. Drops a turret down, too. And that makes it very difficult to push on it, even with the assault ships. So Houston's going to need some kind of... Houston's gonna need some kind of a push to like get rid of this turret, but honestly with this base runner he's just built, he could do it with the smoke. So let's see what he ends up going for here. Yeah, it's even. I mean, this is a fine game, I would say. Armor 2 coming out, I like it. Problem is, AGame is on, well, he's moving on to 3 base anyway, so you gotta watch out for this, but I guess Houston is doing the same. He does have a, uh-oh. Assault ship taking some fire here, but I think it'll live. Oh, maybe not. He loses the assault ship, which is pretty rough. But yeah, AGame gonna be on 3rd base faster, but Houston is getting there, so he's not gonna be super behind. And, yep, there's the siege cruiser tech here. Let's check the resources real quick. Yeah, he's out of RUs. I mean, maybe I take it back. It seems like he's been spending pretty well, actually. Of course, he has gotten armor 2 here, so, I mean, it's not like those are going to waste. Base runner does finally consummate the kill on the probe there. And it looks like Houston will go for a grab on this artifact that AGame can't take it himself. Seems like a good move to me. Bringing the carrier out now, that can get rid of that turret if he really needs to. Always nice to do. Question is, what's in the fog of war here? Of course, Conif without the probes that Coalition have got, he can't exactly check over here super easily, so it's a little difficult to say. As I pause to take a sip on my applesauce. Yeah, Battlecruiser Fab almost finished now. And Houston gonna get a scout on the enemy carrier, but carrier, of course, not gonna be a threat against the assault ships, so that's no problem for Houston. Looks like he takes a unfortunate trade here. AGame gets one of these sand skimmers for free. Ooh, very nice. How did he see that? That was totally blind. Wow. Oh hey, March 1. Just doing some casting. Like you do. Now, AGame does not have any armor upgrades here, and Houston's got 2, but still, high ground, good unit, right? Plus, I guess he outnumbers him 3-2 there. Houston gets the artifact out, but oh, he really wants to be moving away from here, though. Let's see, can Houston get this turret? Yeah, it looks like he knows where it is. See that crater? I mean, sure, he'll just fire in that same spot again. LAVs are here, too. I mean, definitely, I think. Pretty sure that AGame can put together the kill on Houston's assault ship here. There's not a huge amount backing this up, honestly. What's the bank like? Yeah, he's got money. Yeah, okay, he just spent it there. I think he's gonna be, yeah, building assault ships here. He needs to be careful, though. I mean, these AAVs are already here, so... Base runner can delay a bit with smoke, though. So that'll be good. Missile battery fab coming up from AGame now, so he's worried about the potential air switch, but this is just really fast siege. AGame's not gonna be unhappy that he's got missile battery fab, though. RIP Skims? Uh-oh. What do you mean the one guy got picked off, or are all these guys gonna die somehow horribly? Note the turret, by the way. I mean, this is very cerebral, I think, from AGame. He knows he's leaving his flank exposed. Well, I ought to just set a turret down. That's what he's done. And support cruiser anti-air teching as well. But when AGame sees the siege cruisers, I imagine he'll cancel that. Oh, the jetpacks! Oh, that's so nice! Oh no, yeah, something terrible did happen to them. Value minimal. Well, you know, he managed to get 17 health off the support cruiser there. Yeah, that's a real bonk. Oh, this turret was still alive. Okay, yeah, he does finish it off now. Maybe he reckoned the first missile was gonna finish it off there. Here's the first battle cruiser. Okay, we've got yeah, I agree. We've got Conf Siege already, so this can be done. But it's gonna be tough, especially as AGame is bringing the carryover too. He does not have mobility, so he's very, very slow. But he's lumbering over here, getting support cruisers as well. Quite a lot of them. That's gonna be nice because a lot of indirect fire from the Conf gonna be hurting this battle cruiser. But it's kind of poke, you know what I mean? Like if you can't finish any kills, it doesn't matter too much. So, and Houston, I think, oh dear, he's got a bit of a eco inefficiency on the main as well. He's gonna see the BC now, up on high ground as well. Instantly barrages on that one. He's got a assault ship, that's okay. He needs to bring the siege cruiser over here though. Ooh, dear. Oh, this could be tough. I mean, there's not anything to stop this really. So many support cruisers from AGame here that BC is definitely gonna beat the siege cruiser. Love this LAV, by the way. And look, he's even low health. Just kind of sitting out here scouting. This guy's not super valuable otherwise, so very nice play. Houston just building more Conf siege. But now that main base completely occupied here, that's gonna be rough. I mean, AGame doesn't really have the burden of pushing here, right? It's Houston who's got the necessity to push out because he's got to get back onto his first base. And the pros just kind of looking around. I think actually siege cruisers have got anti-air, but like not very much. So pro not going to be really worried about that. But he doesn't want to stray near the production cruisers, which can kill it very quickly. I like this. Gonna bring the PC over here. He takes the carrier now over to the fight, which he can do because he's got that PC to hold the other base. Good control here, yeah. He's gonna take out one LAV. But it's not super important at this point. Double barrage is gonna come. Oh, actually, he only has stuff for one barrage there. But I like this, yeah, focusing the support cruiser because he knows he can't just kill this PC so easily when there's support cruisers on it. Does he win this fight? No, I mean, AGame has the high ground here. Looks like Houston actually maneuvering to avoid that high ground pretty well, but here comes another BC over the side. He's got that base runner, right? Oh, it's all the way over here, though. Could have been really, really nice to have the base runner smoke these guys now. Speaking of which, the battlecruiser are going to use the smokes. It's kind of our first demonstration of this field repairs ability, it's called now, which causes the battlecruiser to heal itself. And AGame getting 2 siege cruisers for free. Doesn't really feel like Houston has got anything left now. BCs are pretty fast, you know, so this is not going to be escapable. The Conf carrier cannot get away here. And even if it does, I mean, you're really kind of forfeiting the game at that point. Well, okay, but he's doing a lot of damage with these missiles, actually. AGame has some spare power, should really power up this carrier. Yeah, this ain't looking good for the Rusty boys, I'll tell you that. Time to eat more applesauce. Very nice. Oh, what's that? Oh, the clutch assault ships, they're here just in time to stop the art. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. In fact, he's not even gonna stop it. I respect Houston not GGing here, you know. Your opponent deserves the kill, just let him have it. Now look at that, this guy kills a carrier and it's not even enough XP to level up once. Ridiculous. Anyway. Well, AGame gonna take game 1, let's jump into game 2 here, see what Houston can do differently. Jump into this. Oh, it's on Kartoba, that's fun. So this is going to be Houston's pick. He grabs Conef, AGame takes Soban, and then Houston picks Kartoba. Actually, I kind of don't like that, though, because you know your opponent is playing Soban, and this is a very, very open map. I think that Railguns are pretty happy here. Do I have game 3? No. You mean the practice game you played afterwards, right? Because obviously Groupstage is only 2 games, but... Yeah, okay. Go ahead and send that over, that'd be fun. Fun to just watch it afterwards. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this map pick. I think it definitely kind of plays into AGame's faction strength here. But look at this, he smokes the base runners, he retires. Essential. I mean, that's pretty much just GG. AGame should just give up. I see, okay, so it looks like Houston has something planned here. Probably Rail Rush by the fact he's got another RU salve. He's got Skim Fab started really, really quickly here. Retires the base runner, yeah. And AGame here does have the retired base runner as well. Question is it SC first? It is. Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is maybe something that Houston can get done. AGame saying Rail Rush isn't good right now. Yeah, I don't really think it is either. It's kind of in an awkward spot. But I mean, obviously you can win games with it. Did I Rail Rush against? No, I played Coalition Soban against Sikai Jane, didn't I? Question here basically is going to be, like AGame always has the eco advantage when he's going up on a 2 base here, unless he can push him off of that main. And so the question is going to be, can you do it? You know, can you get AGame to not be on his main base? Well, heavy rails seem tempting to just hit the carrier from out of range. It is Soban after all, but I really think assault rails are the way to go here. We'll see what Houston's choice is going to be, but he does have that rail fab started. And he's already gotten 45, nice. Okay, so he can build quite a few skims here as well. And AGame is going to start with the LAVs right now, but this first moment here I think is pretty critical actually. And it's kind of a late railgun tech, I've got to say. I often say against Coalition Soban, the rails are really the focus here. So I think that the railgun tech could be coming out quicker. It definitely can if you start 2 guys on RUs, but honestly I haven't really labbed this build very much in the new patch, so I can't say for sure. Just feels a bit late to me. We have carrier production upgrade coming out, but AGame does... Oh, is he getting the ping from the ALM? This is something you have to be aware of. Armed logistics modules is that they have like a contact ping radius that's huge. It's a lot bigger than their vision. Looks like Skin gets hit by the railgun for the carrier, but that's okay. Houston is gonna come in here. Now, I'd love to see him finish off this logistics mod. Yeah, look at that. He's even splitting here. I like this a lot. Carrier actually finishes one of those skins off, though. And then, yeah, it's an assault railgun. Okay, so I think that Houston's playing this right. This looks very good to me. Assault railgun starts hitting that carrier too. Again though, you can see the Soban carrier really does do quite a lot of damage to the assault rails, but I still think they're the way to go because you need them to be able to fight your opponent's LAVs as well. And I think getting another assault railgun would be nice too. But you see, AGame is already teching up to railgun fab here. Another thing I want to point out, Houston doesn't have any long distance miners, and that might turn into a bit of a problem because you know, you're always going to be behind on economy until you push that carrier off the second. But if you don't have long distance miners, you might not really be ahead at that point either anyway, so... Or, that's not the second, this is the second, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, there's railgun tech now. Now if Houston's watching, he'll be able to see it here. It does open up on that side. And he's built a heavy railgun actually, okay, that's kind of interesting. With some high ground there, it's able to hit the LAVs pretty reliably, actually, so it manages to get one shot there. AGame tech into the assault pack, that's kind of what you expect to see him do. The question is, when will he get his railguns out? Because that's really the answer to the assault railguns, and forces them to stop being forward, and then the LAVs get opened up a lot more. Houston kind of playing this too slow, I think. I mean, his opponent is being able to mine this whole time. He needs to get vision on that carrier and start hitting it. But he is taking a nice trade here against the LAVs now. Assault pack almost done here. AGame still hasn't built any railguns. Doesn't really feel like he needs them. He's pretty comfortable waiting it out here, I think. So Houston really kind of needs to get a move on. And this heavy railgun not in position to fire either. That's kind of rough. Assault pack is done now. I can see AGame kind of jumping at it here. He wants to commit, but I think AGame needs to build some rails before he can do that. He's taking LAV armor. That's an interesting choice. I mean, you know there's a heavy railgun which can armor break, but that's not going to have much impact. Question is, which one do you want then, damage or armor? And I think that armor has less time to tech, but it's less, it's more expensive. So he's going to go with it though. It does provide a little bit more health as well. Uh-oh, oh dear, the assault railgun's definitely too far forward. Always the skims need to be ahead of him, I think. He won't need rails. Houston's getting a little pessimistic there. I mean, this is a lot of LAVs though, it's for sure. And, you know, the reason he's able to outdo the LAV number is because this is only one PC, right? And AGame does have the production upgrade, so he's just going to be able to keep outbuilding there. Skimmer armor finishes for Houston. That's really not bad. How much money has he got though? It looks like quite a lot. I mean, at this point, you start thinking, I can't really finish this rush here. Well, okay, you know, he is damaged. Oh dear. Yeah, that's gonna probably be the end of the game right there, actually. Looks like AGame has just gotten enough LAVs that he can jump on top of him. What I was gonna say is, at some point this will happen, so you need to start thinking about when you're gonna bail out of the rush. But it's very, very difficult to finish the game from there. And yeah, Houston knows what's going to happen, so he just GG's here. Honestly though, I like the proactivity. He mixes it up, tries something different in game 2. Not going to work for him, but I think it was really the expected result for AGame to win, so it's not a huge shame for Houston. He definitely still has chances to get to upper bracket, but sadly not going to be able to take any games off the master here, so let's move on to the next series, but thanks for watching. Yes, you did. I agree.